Michelle's career has included film roles, musical projects, and additional starring turns on TV, but through it all, her Glee character has been her most enduring success. However, while Lea was painted to be perceived as one of America's sweethearts, that wouldn't be the case. Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor, and today I'm counting down the top 10 celebrities who want nothing to do with Lea Michele. So, what do you think of Lea Michele? And let us know in the comments below. Coming at number 10, we have Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts has officially joined in on the collective joke that her Scream Queens cast and real-life friend Lea Michele possibly can't read. Earlier this week, when the actor made an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, where she was asked about the controversial Glee star, she would give an eyebrow-raising answer. Roberts was asked by Watch What Happens Live guests about Lea's performance in the Broadway Funny Girl. When the caller asked about the biggest misconception people had about Lea, Emma would gush about seeing her on stage and say, "I was crying at the end. She looked at me and I said to my friend, I think she just saw me." My friend was like, "Emma, she didn't see you, shut up." Later in the show, Cohen would even chime in with his own statement and say the biggest misconception is that she can't read. Roberts would then shrug, make this cute laugh before saying, "We've not been in book club together," which proves that the rumors are true and Lea Michele can't read, but neither can I half the time, so I'm not gonna judge, and neither should you. Coming at number 9, we have Samantha Ware. Samantha, who appeared as the character Jane Hayward on season 6 of Glee, set off a social media firestorm when she decided to call out Lea Michele in May of 2020. After Lea made a tweet mourning the passing of George Floyd, Samantha would take the time to share her own racially tinged experience, and it would involve Lea mistreating her on the set of Glee. Lea would then be exposed by her former co-star after she took to Twitter to say George Floyd did not deserve this. This was not an isolated incident and it must end, to which Samantha would respond by saying, "Remember when you made my first television gig a living hell?" Samantha then went on to accuse Lea of microaggressions like threatening to defecate in her wig and claiming that Michelle's actions made her question her career in Hollywood. Days later, Lea would then come out to apologize in an Instagram post by saying, "I apologize for my behavior and for any pain which I have caused." She then added that she has been focusing on her own behaviors towards her fellow cast members was perceived by them, and Ware seemingly took the issue with Michelle's choice of words to tweet, "Perceived, perceive. Purse? Open your purse with a link to a social justice GoFundMe." Number 8, Amber Riley. Along with Naya Rivera, Amber Riley was another high-profile woman of color who co-starred on Glee with Lea Michele, and just like Naya, Riley's relationship with Michelle hasn't always been so easy. After Samantha accused Lea of racism in the summer of 2020, Riley would hint that she also had bad blood with Lea, and the accusatory tweets from Lea's former co-stars began to go viral. Riley would tweet a gif of her sipping tea, followed by a gleeful reaction post. While Riley didn't want to verbally insult Lea, she would claim on her Instagram Live that she didn't care about Lea's apology and that the Glee set was not the most comfortable environment to work in. However, she would also say she didn't believe Lea was a racist and she wished her former co-star well. The internet wasn't finished highlighting Riley and Lea's relationship, as a viral tweet would resurface of an old Glee interview where Riley could be seen shooting Lea a death stare, while Lea told the camera that the Glee cast had a lot of fun filming. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming number 7, we have Heather Morris. Heather Morris, who played Brittany on Glee, chimed in after several co-stars accused Lea Michele of creating a toxic on-set environment. Shortly after Lea headed to her Instagram to apologize for a massive list of complaints she was receiving from her Glee co-stars, Heather would then fire back at Lea with her own statement where she noted that she didn't think Lea should be treated with hate. Heather would also go on to note that while Lea was definitely unpleasant to work with, she also continued to say, "For Lea to treat others with disrespect that she did for as long as she did, I believe she should be called out," before taking responsibility for allowing Lea's behavior to continue. And yet, it's also on us because we allowed it to go on for so long without speaking out, and it's something we're learning along the way with the rest of society. Needless to say, it's really clear that neither Heather or Lea are friends. While Heather didn't speak out against Lea in earlier interviews, she seemingly took care to praise nearly every other Glee character other than Lea Michele's. Number 6. Alex Newell. Fellow Glee castmate Alex Newell had his own words for Lea Michele after Samantha Ware called out the actress on Twitter, sharing several positive reactions to Samantha's tweet. Chris would then go on to say, "Child, we ain't got a damn thing to lie about 6 years later." Alex would then go on to accuse the show of releasing him from being a series regular and claimed he had to ask to come back so he could pay his bills. Alex also shared in his own words in support of his Glee co-stars when he said, "When my friends go through something traumatic, I also go through it. That's what friendship is, and you can't understand that, you're part of the problem." When other haters replied to Alex's tweet claiming his words jeopardized his chances with the Glee cast again by saying, "And that's why you won't be in the reboot," Alex would appear unbothered and he would reply with a gif of Lizzo shrugging. Number 5. Jeante Godlock. Samantha Ware's June 2020 tweet calling out Lea Michele also inspired actress Jeante Godlock, who appeared in Glee's ensemble cast, to accuse Lea of speaking in a derogatory manner about the show's background actors. When she said, "Does somebody say cockroaches? Because that's what she used to refer to the background as on the set of Glee. But we grew up and we don't stay background forever." So Godlock then also claimed to remember in an incident on the Glee set which Lea complained about background performers standing too close to her, and liked a series of tweets from other Twitter commenters agreeing with her and claiming they also heard Lea's offensive comments. Following her background work, Godlock has now broken into the scene, and you can catch her on Netflix Daybreak series, which was released in 2019, which proves you should always be kind because you never know who somebody may be one day. Number 4. Aviva Drescher. Criticism of Lea Michele also came from outside the Glee cast, with the Real Housewives of New York starlet Aviva Drescher making her own negative experience with the actress. The drama began with an exchange Lea had with Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live in 2014, in which she discussed her favorite Real Housewives of New York characters, siding with Carol Radziwill, who was at the time feuding with Aviva. Lea would then say, "I love the New York Housewives. Carol is a good friend of mine. So Team Carol 100%. Lea would then call out Aviva by saying, "I don't know what I would do if I saw Aviva. She would have to turn the other way." Jump to 2020, Lea would be apologizing after receiving social media heat from her co-stars, and Aviva would comment on the post taking Lea to task when she said, "You were once very unkind to me, so I'm not surprised by your behavior. You shouldn't judge others before you look into a mirror." Number 3. Chris Colfer. It seems like many of Glee's stars like Chris Colfer had issues with Lea Michele. While the actress has made her big return to Broadway in the musical Funny Girl, in the response from her former co-stars, it's been pretty mixed. Now, Chris, who played Kurt on Glee, has spoken out about his feelings regarding his co-star and if he will see her show on Broadway. When Chris was asked if he would be seeing Lea star in Funny Girl, he would tell Michelle Collins that he wouldn't be watching as he could be triggered at home. While Chris hasn't been the first co-star to state working with Lea Michele was like working in his own personal hell, quite a few Glee member stars have said they no longer are in contact with Lea and they didn't have plans on seeing Lea during her Broadway debut. So if you were hoping to maybe see some of your favorite cast members at the show for a Glee reunion, rethink that, because Rachel Berry, like Lea, burnt the bridges with her castmates. Number 2, we have Gerard Canonico. Gerard Canonico, a Broadway actor who appeared as an understudy in the hit musical Spring Awakening alongside Lea, responded to her Instagram apology by sharing his negative experience working with her. After claiming that his first reply to her post seems to have been deleted, Gerard would rewrite his own Instagram comment that stated, "Lea was nothing more but a nightmare to me. And fellow understudy cast members, you made us feel like we didn't belong there. I tried for years to be nice to you, to no avail." Maybe actually apologize instead of placing the blame on how others perceive you. You'll probably just delete this though. Gerard otherwise remembered his experience of Spring Awakening fondly by telling Playbill in 2015, "I felt like Spring Awakening was college for me. I felt very fortunate to be surrounded by such an incredible, gifted group of people on a daily basis to learn from." And coming in number 1 today, we have Elizabeth Aldrich. Broadway actress Elizabeth Aldrich appeared to be Lea Michele's understudy in ragtime both early on in their Broadway careers. Even as a child, Lea was described as being a terror. Elizabeth would then go on to share on Twitter, "She was absolutely awful to me and the rest of the ensemble." She then accompanied the tweet with a photo of her and Lea and said, "She demeaned the crew and threatened to have people fired if she was in any way displeased. I used to cry every night from the mean and manipulative things she would do. She was 12. She was terrifying." In an additional post, Elizabeth would then confirm that she had left the Broadway world, but shared her experience with Lea to support the accounts of Lea's other aggravated former co-stars by saying, "My hopes in having shared a very abbreviated version of my story are to validate those who risk their careers to speak out against Lea's abuse and call out for the accountability from those who enabled her ability for over 20 years. Elizabeth would then take the time to reference Michelle's pregnancy announcement by saying she hoped that becoming a mother could perhaps change Lea for good. Well, that's it for this video, my little peaches. Until the next one, remember to stay juicy.